Hello, this is Debbie with Tough the Unstoppable Female, and we're going to talk about standing up for truth and justice when it comes to sexual assault and rape. We all know somebody who has been assaulted or raped, and you might have been yourself. I was, when I was 7, by one of the teachers at the elementary school, who was also a member of my church. This was in 1959. I didn't say anything. Nobody said anything to me. 50 years later, at one of my family reunions, a teacher came up, one of the teachers from that time, came up and said, "We knew what was going on and we tried to protect you." Well, nobody said anything. So, we are going to be advocates. We're not going to stand by. We're going to be advocates and fight for survivors. Fight for their rights to speak against that violence that they suffered. We're going to be an ally and stand by the survivors and support what they're going through and believe them. We're going to be a warrior and a champion and demand accountability. We're going to be the voice for the voiceless, those who feel like they just can't speak out. Not yet. We're going to be a change maker. We're going to push for laws and policies to be changed to end sexual violence. So I decided I'm going to create my own movement within myself. It's going to be my rallying cry. And I'm hoping I can inspire y'all to have your own rallying cry. There's incredible words, powerful words that can create that. So this is mine. It is my unstoppable voice for truth and justice. And I have one a little bit more, maybe stronger, more powerful, but it is, I am the unstoppable warrior for truth and justice. So you create your own rallying cry and say it over and over and over again until it just makes you want to, that kind of that drum beat that just gets you excited and working towards something that's extremely important. I'm going to list a video below. It's Hawk's podcast, and it is a young woman who is just fighting for victims, and these are child victims. I don't know if it's a small town. I don't know where the events took place, but this is a man in the community who has downloaded and uploaded videos of kids, but the town is coming to his defense, saying, "Oh, he's a good man," or they're saying, "Well, when it snows, he comes in and scrapes the snow off my sidewalk in my driveway." Well, he's also a predator, a criminal, an assaulter of kids. So I've listed that below. It's a wonderful, wonderful young lady who is just getting it out there. She's being a warrior. So let's all create our own rallying cry. Again, mine is, I am the unstoppable warrior for truth and justice. You make your own rallying cry and say it over and over and over again. I will talk to you soon. Have a great evening.
This is the problem. This is the problem. Meet Richard Mallard of Utah. Richard Mallard was arrested in July for 41 counts of child exploitation. 41, both uploaded and downloaded, most of which were prepubescent children. Some of it, the audio was so bad that the detectives on the case had to turn the audio off because they just couldn't take any more. That is why he was arrested. But don't worry. He was held without bail, which is a relief, right? Oh, wait. Except that changed. He's out now. You want to know why? Because multiple people wrote letters into the judge and told the judge what an upstanding citizen this man is. Listen, we know what he did. However, he willingly served a mission. He's a good man who helps other people. He's always ready to help his fellow man. He's a good person and a man of God. And somehow, because Utah is Utah, that worked. I don't know when people are going to get it through their heads. But a man who will download and upload CSAM, who will download and upload images of small children being sexually abused, of anyone being sexually abused, but of small children being sexually abused, he is not a good person. If anything, you should be scared that somebody who thinks this way, who enjoys this, who can take part in this activity of trading images of child sexual abuse could represent your church. That should horrify you. I am so tired of hearing this. The same thing happened when my now former husband was arrested for sexually abusing our daughter, his own biological daughter. There were people who wrote in letters. There were people who showed up to tell the judge what an upstanding man he is, what a good person, what a good husband and father he was. What a trustworthy and dependable man. And then I connected with other mothers who were going through the same thing. A year later, a mother from my town went through the exact same thing. And sure enough, I went to support her at her husband's, and now her former husband's, sentencing hearing. And I heard the same shit. The same, he's a good man. He shovels his neighbors' driveways. He's always willing to help out and lend a hand. What? Who cares? I do not care what they are willing to do for their next door neighbor, how many driveways they plowed. I don't care how many community classes they taught. Don't you understand? All of that is a cover. And even if it wasn't, even if it was one of those things where two things can be true at the same time, let's just remember then, two things can be true at the same time. So sure, maybe you saw him being a good neighbor, a good friend, etc., etc., etc. That should not ever be a reason that you will write in to a judge in defense of somebody who takes part in abusing children. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not like trying to make it sound worse than it is. This is the man who uploaded and downloaded, who traded images on the platform, on Kick. So he asked for them and he sent them to people and from people. I'm sorry, there is nothing that cancels that out. So multiple things can be true at the same time. You can possibly have seen this person do good things or be a missionary or be upstanding in one way or another. It doesn't matter. All of that is canceled out when they do things like this. Okay, but like, can't people change? Shouldn't people be given the chance to redeem themselves so people can make themselves better, etc., right? There's treatment and all that. Sure. However, that is irrelevant right now. What was done caused damage. And nothing you did in church, nothing you did for your neighbors makes that damage less. Therefore, it's irrelevant.